is.
What was meeting? How'd the meeting go?
I had a pretty nice meeting. We talked about literally everything what happened this season and about my thoughts about the season. And coach told me about his thoughts and we talk about certain things I got to improve and pretty much we agree on everything what we said. So it was a great meeting. I think it was about hour and a half. I think it was the longest one. So I'm looking forward to the next year.
Improvement, where?
Improvement? Well, that's a question I can answer in the next half an hour probably. I got a lot to say. First of all, before the season, I said I want to make a step forward as a basketball player, and I'm quite sure I did. I believe I became better jump shooter from outside. I became a better post-up player. Maybe I didn't improve my post-up as I wanted, but it's improvement. And that's definitely going to be my main area where I have to improve for the next year. I gotta become better post-up player. I gotta create more fouls, and I'm 100% sure I'm going to have to finish everything around the basket a little bit harder. I gotta forget about being finesse player. I gotta forget that I was able to work out with Hakeem Olajuwon and all the dream shakes and left and right hook. Sometimes I gotta be simple basketball player and dunk the ball. So that's the thing I got to really focus on, and the one thing I have to definitely improve is my lower body strength. That's the thing I didn't really have time this summer to work on, and definitely not during the season because we didn't have too many practices and you had a game after game, so you're trying to keep your energy for the game. If I'm going to improve my strength of my legs, I'm going to be definitely able to guard better on the post. It's not that it's bad, but it could be always better. I'm going to be able to, go up harder, stronger. I'm going to become better shot blocker, and those areas, it will help our team to be better.
First full year as a starter, and you mentioned the strength training because of the lack of practices. Did fatigue a little bit?
Yeah, I would say there was, there was the true, it sounds crazy, but that was my actually first year when I really played the whole season, and I was playing as a starter. So the first 40 games I played with a lot of energy. Then I hit the wall kind of between 40 to 50 games. I hit the wall, and then I had the second gear again, and I started playing well. I started playing better with energy. So it was a little fatigue, I ain't gonna lie. Every player has this, during the season. Some players earlier in the year, and some guys, later. But I was tired at some point. Then Robin started playing better and better. He was able to give me a, good decent minute, on the court. So hopefully, like I said, if I become physically better, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a couple pounds in my legs. Then I should be even better next year.
Do you have a target weight?
It's hard to say. I even didn't look at that yet. Just basically want to have a stronger and bigger legs. I want to feel more comfortable. I ain't gonna lie. I wish to have a hops like Griffin, but that's impossible already. It's just the area I'm never gonna improve. But just get better and bigger. That's it. That's the main thing. That was a crazy season. I'm quite sure. Me and Steve, we became probably the best duo in the pick and rolls. In the league. I was finishing everything from the pick and rolls left and right, but that's fine. But I got to work on my weaknesses. So I got to definitely improve my shooting, my shooting, my range. I would like to shoot up to 18 feet, be really consistent shooter. That if I'm going to be open, I'm going to knock down that shot. I'm quite sure I'm better free throw shooter than I am right now, 65%. Last year at some point I was 80%, and because of the broken thumb right on the beginning of the season, I had to change my form, and I was, I screw up the whole shot. So I got to become better free throw shooter and just be better post-up player. I got to create some fouls, got to go to the line more often. But like I said, if I'm going to improve, certain things, then the team's going to be better too.
How would you describe you and Alvin's relationship? He probably is harder on you than.
You know what? right on the beginning of the year, there was a situation that obviously I was playing very well, and certain guys didn't play well. Then we struggle with making shots, and it will be bad if coach will yell at the people that they can't make a shot. It will be kind of like kicking the guy who's already laying on the ground. So I figure out that it was easier for him to yell at me because I was playing well at the time. So I would kind of take that and I would just keep doing my thing in the game. But I believe I have a great relationship with him. I'm really grateful for everything what he gave me, for the opportunities he gave me, and he never said that, hey, I don't want you to take this shot, I want you to do that. There was a time in the game I even launched 1-3 and he didn't say anything. So, you know, I'm really grateful for everything what I have, and I believe I have a great relationship with Alvin. Um, I think I should talk to him a little bit more often. I just didn't do it. I just didn't feel like I have to do it. But that's going to be my next improvement in my communication with the coach. I definitely got to talk to him more often.
What do you feel like this team needs moving forward the next season?
What we need? We definitely got to become more physical. We got to become more physical. Each one of us got to improve. People like me, Channing, Jared, Shannon, Robin, Markeith, we all got to make another step forward. As a basketball players, we got to become better, as a basketball players. I think we got to become more serious about everything what we do. That was the area we really improved, towards the end of the season. And basically we got to be, better rebounding team. We lost so many games because of our rebounds, and we lost on the boards. And when you're losing on the boards and you're giving extra 20 possessions sometimes, to the other team, then you're automatically going to lose. We improve our defense a lot this year, so the next area is going to be improve our rebounding.
Do you worry after a year and a half with Steve if he's not here, how that might affect the game?
You know what? I mean, at some point he's going to leave. So it'll be cool to play with Steve for the next year and for the next 2 years maybe. But being honest with you, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to him, but I'm quite sure he's going to stay. That's just my feeling. I started a whole campaign yesterday with him. During the game, I was already telling him that it's not good for his kids, to change the school at this age. I told him he always gonna look good in orange. I mean, you gotta make sure that I told him you gotta remember about the weather. The weather is the main factor here. And I also told him, listen, you might end up in the team where the five man is gonna be fat and slow, and you got this 5 man who's running the floor for you, and right before the season. Other guys are laughing, but I'm just keep saying to Steve, hey, Steve, I'm going to bring you to the promised land this year. I'm going to make you number one assist guy in the league. Obviously, he doesn't need me, but, he can make himself, number one. But I was always laughing that, listen, I'm going to bring you to the promised land. So, hopefully he's going to take those advices and, end of the day, Steve is a great guy. Wherever he's gonna go, I'm gonna wish him, all the best, and I'm gonna hopefully that if he ain't gonna be here in Phoenix, then I really hope he's gonna go to the team where he's gonna get a championship. He deserves to get a championship. He's a great guy, great person, great player. He's a legend, playing legend, and like I said, my opinion, he's gonna stay. It's just all rumors and all this stuff going on, but I'm 100% sure he's gonna stay. That's just my opinion.
Where are you headed out?
I have a lot in front of me right now. I'm going to go back to Orlando where I still own the house. I'm going to stay in Orlando for the next 2 months. I'm going to rest probably for first 3-4 weeks. I'm going to, and then I'm going to start working on my body. I'm going to start working on my game. I'm going to go back to the gym and work hard. July and August, I have probably about 15 national team games. The competition is not going to be, great, but we have some games where I can really improve, my game, and I'm definitely going to be the guy who's going to try to, lead the team, and we have the qualification games for the European basket in, I guess, Slovenia. I think is the next one is in Slovenia. So we're going to have 15 games. We're going to play against China. We're going to play against Switzerland, Albania, Georgia, and a bunch of other teams. So I'm going to have another 15 games. I'm going to try to improve it, just get confidence, and I guess I'll be done 2 weeks before the end of before the training camp, which is kind of crazy. So, you know, you have 15 games of the national team, and then you're coming back, you have 8 games of the preseason, and then another 82 games of the regular season. So that's going to be really tough. But I got some meetings. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to work out with some big names. Like last year was Hakeem Olajuwon. This year I got also a couple big names coming in, but we'll see. You guys are going to find out from the Twitter.
What changed for you guys after the All-Star break as a team?
What was the change? I think more guys start finally playing well. We start hitting shots, and we became more serious about everything what we do. You know, some guys finally, you know, had that basketball rhythm. I would say the schedule was easier. We had more games at home, and we had better matchups. So that was the crucial thing. And we kind of understood that, you know, it's about time, you know, to start playing better. So that was the thing.
What do you think is that next level for your career?
For my career,
That you want to reach?
It's just make another step forward. It's just make another step forward. Be a better leader, vocal leader. Be a bigger presence in the paint. You know, like I said to coach, you know, all these charges I took, it was I think 35 or 36 this year. You know, I mean, each charge, my back felt every charge. So, you know, I hit I guess 1.5 block and 30 something charges. If you try and, you know, take half of these charges, change for blocks, then, you know, I have over 2 blocks a game, and you know, I'm quite sure I can do this next year. So if I'm going to be a bigger presence in the paint, being, you know, better leader, more consistent. I had some games where I totally vanished, you know, like the one in Utah or the one in Orlando. I totally vanished. Then yes,
Okay.
so that was that's going to be the next step. Hopefully, you know. That's good.
Thanks.